this has been, 10, 15 years in the making.
Yeah.
You got the new gym. You just explained why people should listen to what you have to say. So what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about all these fad diets I keep hearing about. I want to talk about, the intermittent fasting, people not eating for, 25 hours in a day, and then binging on pizza and burgers. And I'm kind of looking for you to debunk some of the things and prove, anything that's true. I want you to talk about why it's true and pretty much why certain diets work. And I know we've talked about, but it's not really a diet, it's a lifestyle. But let's just, I guess, get into a couple things.
I think you mentioned it right there. It's it is a real thing, and people do get caught up in the latest fads. And I think it's just with all the resources that are available to us right now with the internet and just quick instant Instagram or Facebook and things like that. So it's hard to get across to people that want these instant results right away like that. When I let them know and I sit down, I'm like, hey, listen, fat loss is going to take a little bit longer than a 3-week period, and people don't want to hear that, right? They want the fat gone yesterday.
Yeah, I'm out. I'd rather just be fat.
So to sit down, so that's when you have to really sit down and you have to educate your clients and people that really want to make this a lifestyle of how do you count your macronutrients and what are your macronutrients? Some people come to me and don't even know what that is, and it's just simply your protein, your carbs, and your fats, and so
macros aren't is it the polysaturated fats and the saturated fats, and so it's
that's underneath just fats in general.
Okay.
But you have your different micronutrients your minerals and your vitamins that you need to account for as well. But what my approach is with clients is more on the flexible dieting approach, where we don't really look at food either good or bad. I don't really believe in cheat meals. You always ask me what do you want to eat after your show, or what do you crave, and it's if there's something that I want, if there's something I want to eat, I'm going to eat it, right? So if I want to go out to Hutch's, right, and me and my wife want to have a steak with some garlic mashed potatoes or something like that, I just know that earlier in the day I just have to scale back some of my carbs and my fats, and knowing that I'm going to have a meal that's going to be a little bit more caloric dense. And so with that, I'm able to kind of sustain and maintain, a relatively, lean physique, whatever it is, based on your goals or whatever you want to do. You can kind of just pick and choose your battles when it comes to that. And it also gives you a better food relationship, right? When you understand proper nutrition and how it really affects your body, I think that's key, because that allows someone to adhere to. And adherence to me is probably the number one thing when it comes to any kind of nutritional stuff like that. If you can't adhere to a diet,
you ain't gonna stick with it.
No, 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna stick with it. So I always tell people, and I always work with people in their lifestyle, and no one has the same lifestyle, right? So
for instance, you don't eat. Justin doesn't drink. You've never had alcohol.
I've never had alcohol in my life.
Never had a sip of alcohol. You don't eat. I've never seen you eat a sweet. I can't get you to eat pizza. I can't get you to sniff orange juice. I can't get you to do anything.
But that's just me. I'm a little bit more extreme, and I don't ask my clients to do the same thing at all, right? So that's just me personally. But when it comes to my clients, I understand that there's going to be things that arise or some circumstances that are going to come up that they're just not going to be able to track their food intake, right? So I like to educate them and say, hey, listen, that's okay. You can go out and eat a sensible meal, and you didn't blow your diet. You can get back on the next meal or the next day as if it never happened and continue to proceed with your goals. That's the problem. It's when people have a meal that's untracked or a cheat meal or something like that, it tends to lead to a couple days, and that's kind of where the damage is done.
So what's the equation to eating versus working out?
I never like to put a percentage on it when it comes to it's 80% diet, it's 20% weights, because
it's everything working
They're
together.
all relevant.
Okay.
Every single one of them is relevant when it comes to that. If you're not in the gym with the same intensity to break down muscle tissue and optimize performance, the nutrition is not going to mean that much.
Okay.
So it's everything. It's sleep. There's many variables. It's sleep, it's water, it's supplementation, it's hydration. It's everything.
I always like talking about what I hear in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Because if I'm hearing it in the barbershop in the workday several times, and that's like the in thing, what's the word on keto?
Oh man, that's just, a lot of people really never reach ketosis. They think they're getting there, but they're really not. So I think people have like a false interpretation of what it actually is.
Okay.
To me personally, I just know that it doesn't, I don't respond well to it. And I guess it really depends on the person. If somebody responds well to, you know, higher protein, higher fat, and lower carb, then by all means go for it. Like I'm not against any diet per se. If it comes down to adherence. Like if you can stick to that type of diet, then go for it. But if after 3 weeks or a month you're like back to your old ways or you just can't sustain it, then it's no good.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I've kind of developed my my approach with nutrition, simply because I've done it myself and I've lived this lifestyle and I've worked with hundreds of clients online and, you know, in person. So
thanks for watching our video. If you want to see more, subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we did. If not, you.